Can you see what I'm doing right now? I'm highlighting the actual number of wins that this team has put together over the past week, to my surprise. And as my big baby friend said to me earlier today, it was a different team before the start of this week. Blew my mind. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, because I'm not the big baby. He has all the genius moments. I have to give him his due. For once in all this podcast, he has actually said something worthy of restating. To you, I say, my friend, flowers are yours. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Happy to see these guys. Not only are they a different team, they also are playing differently.
Hmm.
That ball is moving. You know, that the spacing is much better.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, the 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 defense is much better. It's just, you know, so I think it's a combination of getting OG,
Hmm.
but more importantly, allowing the guys, or at least the guys stepping up and playing the way that they know they should be playing.
Hmm. Don't tell me I'm boring you already.
Excuse me. Uh, um, I'm still, believe it or not, who had one of his best games the other night, and he only had 8 points. Well,
Had to be.
was Randall
Why would you
when
say that was his best game? Explain that one to me.
because he was smart enough to to not take 200 bad shots.
Okay.
You know, he took a couple of bad shots
He
here and
took a
there.
couple bad shots. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but it wasn't to the point where it hurt us.
Hmm.
In the past, he just would have been chucking the ball up and chucking the ball up, and he seemed to have played, realizing that okay, this is just not my night, and and he played excellent D.
Hmm.
He played really good D, you know, and so I thought you know, you know, would you like to see more points? Yeah, but I like the fact that he played within himself,
Hmm.
and that's what they seem like they're doing. And I don't give it. I don't attribute that much credit to OGO because no, no,
No.
come on. I think it's just what I do say is a subtraction of getting rid of Barrett.
And quickly.
Well, not quickly that much. Stop.
Okay.
Not quickly that much because quickly he didn't stop the ball that much.
Mm, he didn't
No,
get the ball up. He didn't get the ball up neither. So he would have
but
blinders on at times.
huh?
He would have blinders on at times, but
But I think in Barrett's case, when the ball hit his hand, it just he just was not he he's not and I know you probably don't want to spend time talking about him anymore because he's not in your squad anymore. But he's not athletic enough to play on a team that wants to run.
explain that one.
He seems to be slow of foot or slower.
Hmm.
And when
His feet stick to the ground. Yeah, his feet stick
yeah,
to the ground.
and
Hmm.
when you have him and Randall, it's hard to get a running game going. You know, although I don't know what happened, but Randall seems to be running his last couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he even was being interviewed, and he even said that he wanted to show his athleticism more off. Excuse me. Wow, I keep yawning. He
Yeah.
said he wanted to show. He said he wanted to show his athleticism, and so he wanted to run a lot. I didn't see him doing that at the beginning of the year. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
granted,
wasn't. They said he
granted, he
wasn't
wasn't healthy. He wasn't
wasn't
healthy.
healthy. That's what they
You
say.
know,
Mm-hmm.
first 6 or 7 games, he wasn't healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you definitely can see a difference in the way they're playing. And Brunson has just been out of sight. Just been out of sight.
Yeah, he's
But now I will say this much. I'll say OG, he has showed that he is a good defender.
Oh yeah, definitely is.
I've
His
seen
arms are so long. Oh my
and
goodness.
his arms are very long and his feet are tremendously fast.
Active move. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets on the defensive spot very fast. And you know who else I noticed? Um, because when I'm watching the game, I don't just be watching, the basketball. I watch little things because I guess I'm a little crazy, but I watch little things that sometimes don't even take place,
Mm-hmm.
or they don't take place because a turnover happens or something like that. I
Mm-hmm.
give you an example. I was watching game the other night, and Deuce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, somebody I don't remember who the person was, but somebody cut to the middle, and he stepped in
Mm-hmm.
to the middle, and he would have intercepted the pass, but the pass went out of bounds. Something like that
Mm-hmm.
happened. But it just showed me that his defensive instincts is high.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's a good defender.
Mm-hmm.
He really is. And by the way, just on a little side point, the boy can jump too.
Oh yeah, you saw that,
That boy can
right?
jump like wow.
Well, keep in mind he got a 6'10" wingspan too. So
Who
right, McBride.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, 6'10" wingspan.
Now that I didn't know.
Which yeah, it's crazy.
I know he can jump
He's
though.
6'2" and he's 6'10" wingspan. That's ridiculous. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
he's definitely he is definitely. Now I find it very strange. Do you find it strange that they were willing to give him a extension, but not quickly?
I don't find it strange at all.
Why not?
One, I do feel that quickly really wanted to be a starting point guard. The Knicks knowing that he was not going to be a starting point guard on this team, which warranted a $25 million or higher salary range, they wasn't going to give him that for being a backup, which I don't blame him.
No, no, that you can't.
You
You
know, and
can't blame for that.
that's what you hear he was asking for, 25 million. That's starter money, which is again, he can be a starter in this league, but just not for this team, unfortunately. So I'm not surprised in them not extending him at that rate. If it was more
Okay.
like the 18 and lower, yeah, I can see that, but not at 25.
So I think McBride got 13.
13 over 4.
Yes.
So it's like, 4 million, no, 3 million, between 3 and 4 a year, so that's basically, ninth, 10th type player money, you know, which is average. And for him, I just feel that the game has to slow down for him offensively in comparison to his defense. His defense is already there. Offensively, his game is not there offensively. And it showed even in the last, couple of games where he didn't feel confident enough to be able to get to the basket. And then when he got to the basket, he was it was like he was surprised he got there and threw up some okey doke shot. So his confidence level offensively as to what he can and should do, I don't know if he's given himself permission to be able to be that guy, as he has been that guy mentality on the G League team. And
Well,
so what it showed in G League that he has the ability to score.
yeah.
Now, whether or not he's able to have that same level of confidence or confidence in himself to be able to get to that point, I don't think he's given himself permission for to do that as of yet.
But I think
And
he
and,
does.
and
I
it's
think he
showing. It's
because
showing.
I mean, you see the threes he hit the other night.
The threes are fine, which that's just open shots, which is great. You can make an open shot, which is great.
You
I
see
know,
my
right?
visitor.
Yeah. But when it's time for him to break down his defensive defender in front of him, whether he has the confidence to be able to do that is another thing, you know. And so that's going to come with his comfortable being more comfortable on the court during these times of the game. These are critical points of the game. The beginning of the fourth quarter, he's going to get that 6 minute window to show himself, and he's going to have to
Well,
be able to prove that. And he showed yesterday he got cut short. He was
well,
basically 3 to 4 minutes. He was in that point, and he was taken out.
well.
You know,
Clyde said that what he needs is a teardrop.
that is true. He does need a mid range, but that's also you can stop if you can stop on a dime and just get it up. That's the same equivalent type of play.
Well,
You know,
so he's probably working on it.
that also comes with confidence that he can be able to. It's funny when what I notice too is that even when like Randall's on the court with him, he defers a lot. So I don't know if he has that. He feels confident enough to be able to dismiss Randall and just go for a shot. That's a different type of level of comfortableness with your teammate that you can be able to do that. That you're going to be able to just dismiss what Randall was saying and go do a setup play for one of the other plays or for yourself. Because he does that. I've noticed like in the past couple of games, he does it a lot. Just deferring whenever Randall's on the court, just deferring to him and going to the corner. And whether that's by design or not, don't know. But it just happens too much to be unnoticeable. So I just think it comes with a level of being confident in those types of the games. He has to be able to do X, Y, and Z efficiently. And if that can be hampered down to him in his mind from his coaches, I think he can be able to do that.
Stop sending him in.
Too late. She's there.
Yeah, she's a Nick fan. She don't like what you're saying about Deuce.
Wow. Wow. So I'm not a big man for being honest, huh? In
Well,
my viewpoint.
I think he plays. I think you know what I think with see you said confidence. Down. You say confidence, and I don't think it's confidence. I don't think it's his confidence is why he was taken out of the game. I think it's Thibodeau's confidence.
Well, that goes in. That goes in. That's all part of it.
Well, but what I'm saying is, I don't think that Deuce has lack of confidence. I think
Okay.
Thibodeau don't have confidence in him sometimes, and he has more confidence in Brunson.
hmm
You know, so which is fine. But I don't think that it's a matter of him not having confidence. You know, if,
I was specific in when that confidence needs to be displayed in those fourth quarter minutes. That first 6 minutes of the fourth quarter, historically, that's been the window of when the bench plays. And his time in that little window has been cut significantly short. It's been like 2 or 3 minutes, and Brunson's back in the game. That speaks to the point of regarding Tibbs' confidence in Brunson, but it's also a lack of confidence in his in McBride being able to sustain whatever lead or momentum of play during that 6 minute window. So that's the piece I'm talking about, where he needs to demonstrate that confidence in that window. Because in the second quarter, into the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter, it's not as serious. But when that fourth quarter hits, that's winning time, and that's when he needs to be able to display that.
but if you notice, he didn't have that problem against Philly. Why? because Grimes was hitting his shot.
Well, Grimes went off in that fourth quarter. He
Right.
did.
So he could keep McBride in there because you had some offense.
Mm-hmm.
He had the offense
Mm-hmm.
from McBride.
Yeah.
McBride was
Mm-hmm.
scoring. So
Mm-hmm.
that has a lot to do with it too. It has a lot to do
That's true. That's true.
has a
That's
lot to
true.
do with who's on the floor. If if no one is scoring, then you're gonna have to put Brunson back in to
Right.
get some
And
scoring.
right. And that leads to my other point. You know, the I do feel there's a limitation with OG in his ability to be able to get his own shot. And that's an area where I would want to see him be a little bit more either aggressive in that nature, or identify what move is comfortable, or go-to move in those instances, so that in those periods when because he's been that primary starter on that team, on those lineups in that little fourth quarter period. And of course, that's newness to him being on the team, working with these guys. I understand that. But still, if you have a signature move, you should be able to execute that no matter who's on the court. I don't think he has that just yet, or has developed it enough to be able to have confidence and to be able to pull it out, be able to execute it in those instances. Um, just looking at his game, defensively, there's no question. He gets his hand out there where it's supposed to be. You get those deflections out there. He's able to get that hand in the air, for the defender for when the jump shot is occurring, and be able to do that and not get under the guy neither as well. So he has good positioning in that space. So that's great. So defensively, I'm not concerned about him overall, but offensively, there's instances where there's a little aspect of him being aggressive, which and being efficient at being aggressive. And if you hear all the him being wanting X amount of dollars for an extension, I feel I would feel from an ownership standpoint, I would feel very confident doing that for someone who has that ability to be able to have that effect upon the game both ways, because he's asking for significant money based upon what you're hearing. But the flip of that is he moves great without the ball. That's an area where I saw the limitations on RJ, where he's always had the ball in his hand. So maneuvering on the floor without the ball himself was a challenge for him for whatever particular reason. Yet that you don't see that with OG.
I know why, because he's a
Right?
scrub.
Anyway, so but I also think there needs to be an adjustment on his other four players on the court, is realizing that he moves a lot without the ball, and there are very many instances where they have missed him under the basket, open layup shots for him. So if they're not getting the ball in those positions, that nullifies his ability to be able to do that. There was a couple times in the beginning of the fourth quarter with, I was surprising with Hardenstein. He missed him a couple times just being in the mid lane, not even looking at the guy. So for whatever particular reason that happens, because I don't know their system or what their directive is, but you getting the ball at the high post, and you're able to see should be able to see cutters, and he's been cutting in the middle. That's open all the time for him. So, he needs to be hitting those instances here. Otherwise, you can lose that effectiveness. So an adjustment period for both of them. From his standpoint and from their standpoint, you have a guy who's willing to cut, willing to make those moves to the basket, and he needs to be seen, and the ball needs to be in his hand, because it's a quick dunk for him. He's quick in the leaping. If each time he's got the ball in that position, he's already dunking it already. So that's just something where that comes with being more comfortable with each other on the court, and I think they should be able to get there, within a 10-game period. So that's my thought process in that with him. But overall, it's
Just
a
kind
good
of
fit for both teams.
pause of
Yes, 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 yes. So that's
well,
like I was
well, see,
saying. I think the trade was a good fit for both teams. You
I
know,
don't think so.
it one, we needed that type of a player that can be effective without the ball in his hand, and for Toronto, both of those guys needed to be in a position to where they are can work as more of a one-on-one type of player, and to be more effective in their role, and not to have that clutter with the ball with the other two key players on the team. The Toronto team doesn't really have they have more players who play more without the ball than anything else, and it would fit well with those two guys.
I personally think that Toronto got robbed because that guy there. Hold on, pause it, please. Yeah.
So you were saying,
Well, I just I don't think. Well, you know how I feel about.
hmm hmm
Although, like I said to you earlier this year, I do see some improvement in him.
hmm
I did some improvement, but then
he
after
reverted. Yeah.
after his migraines, he reverted back to his his scrubby ways.
hmm
You know,
Yeah.
one minute he's he's Dr. J, then the next minute he's no J. I mean, come on, man. It's like
No, Jay. No, Jay, my man.
I mean, come on, man. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. Do you think we're done?
No, nowhere near it.
You think we're done this year?
It depends this year. Now, if there's a deal where they come off with the Frenchman, Fournier, I don't see who that could be without having to give up first round picks. Because I don't see there a player that's available that's going to come on this team contract wise that's going to be in line to what the Knicks want to do. They want to keep their flexibility from what I'm seeing the moves that they're making for long term financially to be open, not being bound buying down with long term contracts. That's that can't be really moved too easily.
How about
So
how about Murray from the Hawks?
I'm skeptical on that one.
Now
Um,
keep in mind you were skeptical about OG too.
I was skeptical about OG because for two things. And I'm glad you point that up. I still my comments, my skepticism was about his still inability to be effective as a go-to player. And seeing the loss that we've had from those two players, it became more magnified in that need for that type of a player in those instances because that scoring is missing. And right now the team is limited in their ability to be able to score easily in those instances. And so it was incorrect. It wasn't incorrect for my skepticism to have about him because of his inability to be effective in one-on-one player. He's a very complimentary player. Great. You get him and he moving around, you can get him the ball, he can easily, but he can't make a 1-2 dribble basket move and get to the basket. Can't even do that. He dribbles too upright to be able to be effective in that way. So he has to be able to get the ball in a position where he doesn't have to dribble to be able to score, and that requires a, a point guard that's going to be able to get him or even just the team, just get him in position to make passes to him where he doesn't have to put the ball on the ground in order to put the ball in the hoop because he can't really dribble. He doesn't have any that ability at all. So that's still a concern of mine, and that's what my hesitation about him because that was a key significant um, reason for me not wanting him. I definitely missed out on his how effective he was defensively because the reason why I say that I was going based upon I didn't see him too much past couple years, but my first introduction to his defensive game was, starting off with, of course, with LeBron James, but even during the Kawhi years, he still was. I didn't see his impact defensively in those at that time period. Now that was 4 years ago. 4 years he's gotten more adapt to being able to play defensive and not really looking at his game too much on that end. Underestimated. So get me on that one. But offensively, there's no, there's definitely no inability, no limitation on that end of it. I still don't see him as having a key move to be able to be an effective scorer in that particular instance. I do feel we still need that. I don't think that bringing on Murray will enable us to do that. What Murray would bring to us would be more defensive ability. But who will we have to give up to get him? Yeah, definitely. I think it will be probably Grimes. It probably even be McBride, oddly enough, to say that, as well as Fournier, only because those salary wise it may hit that mark as well. But defensively, he can show up on different on multiple areas. I know they can be able to do that, but offensively, I don't see him as he doesn't have a solid jump shot. Still doesn't do that, so it puts us in a deficiency when it comes to 3-point shooting, which we're already at in itself. So taking away,
You don't think we become a pretty good 3-point shooting team?
but losing those two guys would put us in a deficit because he's not a good replacement for that. He doesn't shoot three very well, so we lose that flexibility. He doesn't open the floor in that instance. So he would have to handle the ball more and let Brunson be the number two in some instances to be able to get that 3-point shot off to be utilize that. And do you really want that? Don't know. So I don't see Murray being the right fit. He may be the right fit defensively, but offensively, I don't see it as such. And the same thing with Donovan. He may be the right fit offensively, because he can go 1-2 punch with Brunson. He's already adapted playing that way, but it'll be a deficit defensively, And Brogdon, I think, would be too much to give up for him from Portland's standpoint. I think they would ask too much for him, even though he has another year in his contract.
Well, I think that's why you got all these picks, though.
Yeah, but I'm less inclined to give up first round pick for Brogdon. I don't see that's why that would be necessary to do that. His game is not that great for a backup to warrant a first round pick with a heavy contract of liability. If anything, we're helping out Portland by giving up a short term contract for someone who has another 20 almost $25 million next year.
Isn't Brogdon the one that was with Boston
Mm-hmm.
and said he was going to hit the 2 shots and missed the 2 foul shots?
No, that was what's his name? He's on Dallas right now. Forgot his name, but that wasn't him. Mm-mm.
Oh, that's what I thought it was all the time.
No,
Like,
mm-mm.
I don't want that guy.
No, not him. Grant Williams. That
Oh,
was
okay.
him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Brogdon was the sixth man of the year.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. That I knew, but I
Mhm.
thought it was the same guy who did that.
No, no. So
That I knew.
that's my only hesitancy with the Brogdon situation. If he was just a 1-year player, but he got another 25 million coming next year. I don't see that. So unless they are plus 30 something years old, he's
Well,
past that.
I think Mary's what 26, 27, something like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus, yeah, I'm just not. And here's the point. Last year when Boston needed Brogdon in the playoffs, he was hurt. He was playing hurt. He always plays hurt. When it comes to the end of the season. So it's like, and he was just 6-man. He was in 6-man minutes, still got hurt. So I can't trust that.
Well, I mean, come on, you can't hold injury against a guy.
He gets hurt every single year. He's hurt.
Oh, all right. So then you want to get rid of Mitchell? Same reason?
I'll get rid of Mitchell only if we get a possible first round pick for that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to get rid of Mitchell, but we have to get a first round
Yeah,
pick
but
plus.
you just talked about Brogdon's injury prone. How about Mitchell?
Yeah, but here's the difference between the two in my book. With Brogdon, it always happens when his team is in contention.
That's come on, Trevor. That
That
doesn't
may
make
be but it just always something happens.
yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. Come on.
Hey, something always happens with this dude.
Yeah, but come on, that just doesn't make sense.
How does it not make sense? It happens every single time.
But that's not but that doesn't mean that he's not valuable, or that means he's not a good player. That
And I
means
didn't say that neither. I said it can't be relied upon.
well, that's just coincidental.
It's not.
It is coincidental.
It's not.
It is.
It's
You
not.
can't. So you can't say. So from this point on, right, for the rest of his career, every time his team needs him, he's going to get hurt.
He's going to get hurt by some reason alone. Watch this year. and he's playing spot minutes this year.
Really?
Hmm He's
Lay
not
down.
playing his full tilt.
Yeah, see, that doesn't mean. See, just like you said to me a couple of weeks ago, the Knicks are going to lose to the Bucks because they always lose to the Bucks.
No, that was you. That wasn't
No,
me.
no, you said that the Knicks were going to lose. Excuse me a second. I don't remember what the game was.
You didn't get it
It
right.
was
That wasn't. I didn't say that. No,
you.
no, no.
You said something about the Knicks. They always do this, or this. They never play well when this happens or that. I don't remember.
Oh, that was when they. That was when they played early morning.
Yes, right, right.
Hmm
And what
hmm
happened? They won.
They, they had a different level of motivation. They
Well,
had a reason to be motivated.
okay, but so the point I'm saying, history doesn't always mean that just
That's
because.
how. I understand that too. But then prove me wrong. Go do the opposite.
Okay, but how can you prove me wrong, or how can I prove you wrong if you
No,
don't? If you don't.
I'm just saying. Okay, do the opposite then. All right.
Okay, but what I'm.
Don't get hurt this year, Brogdon, for no particular reason.
But what I'm
Okay.
trying to, what do you mean for no particular reason? If I'm running out of court and somebody tripped me, or if I step on somebody's foot, or if I'm at home playing with my dog bite my hand, and I get an injury, whatever the case may be, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. Things happen. I don't believe in being injury prone personally. I don't believe in that. That's like believing in luck or believing in fate. I don't believe in that stuff. Obviously, I don't believe in that
It
stuff.
ain't even about that. But something always happens with this dude. And the sad part is, I liked him when he was in Virginia, and I wanted him for the Knicks. But his professional career, there's always something with this dude that makes me feel I cannot
It's,
trust him in key situations.
and
That's
that's
all
the
I'm
same thing.
saying.
And same thing
That's
with
all.
Mitchell.
I'm not dismissing that. I'm just saying that's how I feel about it.
But you don't
It's
feel
been
that way about Mitchell, do you?
we haven't even been in a situation where we had to rely upon him so much. And it came about that we realized how much we relied upon him in our first playoff series.
Exactly.
And that's when it started. And it's been inconsistent. It's been the same expectation after that. Can he stay healthy for the whole year? It's been the same question.
He never stays healthy.
I know, that's my point.
Okay, but what I'm saying is you don't want to get
But
rid of
he's
him.
here.
So
I'm
what?
not well, how are you gonna get rid of somebody like that? You can't.
But you don't even have a problem with him.
But instead of having I can't get rid of him. Who's gonna take that
You
at the
missing
price that we
you missing my point.
no, you're missing my point.
You don't even have a problem with
I
Mitchell.
don't I don't want to spend top dollar for somebody that I can't trust is going to be healthy. That's my point. Mitchell's already on my team. We're not even paying top dollar for Mitchell. He's getting paid what 60 million a year. That's nothing in NBA dollars right now. Yes, we are missing him as a team member for this team this year. But guess what's happening? Somebody else is just standing up at this point in time. I'm not saying that he's better than him, but he's standing up, playing just as physical, just as strong, just as intense as Mitchell. So fortunately, we've got as a backup. If he wasn't here, we'd been jacked up off the whole thing. My point is, I don't want to spend top dollar for somebody who's always injured for my team. And we're not doing that for Mitchell. We would have to do that for Brogdon. I don't want that. That's my point.
Well, you know what amazes me? You don't ever want to make any kind of moves. Every time a person says
No,
you,
no,
well,
don't change the topic. Don't change the
no,
topic.
I'm not saying it's stop it. Let me
Don't
finish.
change the topic. No,
Let,
no,
let,
no,
let
no,
me
no.
finish.
You don't get to
Let,
change the topic like your underwear.
let
All
me
right?
finish. Let me finish.
You got to stay on point.
Let me finish.
Let them stay dirty.
You have a problem with it. So I'll say to you, how about OG? Oh no, he this, that, he can't do this. How about this one? How about that one? How about this? Oh no, just play with the team you got, play with the team you got. Sometimes you have to take chances, right? Sometimes you have to now would I give up you know a substantial player for this guy? No. But if
That's my point.
yeah, okay. But so if you
That's
said
my point.
if you
We got to
said
pay a
I
significant price for that dude.
why? What if they said what if they say give me Grimes and the number one pick?
I'm
That's too
still not
much.
doing that. That's too
That
much.
You're
You know
crazy.
why? He's gonna get for the next 2 years about 25 million each year. Grimes is making $2 million right now, and when you re-sign him, he's not gonna make more than a mid-level exception, no more than 12 million a year. So Portland is benefiting financially, and they're gonna get a first pick on top of that. No, sorry, that's too much. It's too
But
much.
but what if that making that move? What if making that move puts you over because he's a good defender,
Mm-hmm.
and so what if that puts you over and put you in a position where you can beat the Miamis and the
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphias
Mm-hmm.
and the um what's the other team, the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what does that put you in that position to be able to do that?
The only as the team exists today, the only team I fear is Boston. The other teams, Milwaukee, Philly, Miami, I don't fear them. I think they were all beatable.
I can agree with that.
So if the Brogdon move puts us in a situation where that fear of Boston is taken away, I'll give you a first round pick for that. But I don't think that Brogdon move does that.
How about the Murray move?
Our issue with Boston is not necessarily in the guard spot. It's in the big man spot. It's in the front court. Who's going to be able to stop Porzingis from having that open 3-pointer all the time that he gets this season against the Knicks, and still be able to have the defensive ability to be able on Tatum. That's the challenge that we've had with those two guys.
Hmm.
You looking around for an answer? What's going on?
No, just I don't see the dog. She's quiet. All of a sudden, I don't
Mm-hmm.
hear nothing.
Mm-hmm. So that's my reasoning there. If there's a move that gets us over Boston, I'll make that move. I don't know what
Okay,
that
what?
if that
Okay,
move exists this year. I don't know. I just
there's
don't know.
also
That move I don't know if that move exists to get us over the hump over Boston. I don't know. What is there? There's not going to be. We're not getting a person like Kawhi, which I would think would be a more comfortable move for someone to get us over the hump over
I
Boston.
don't want
Yes,
no. I don't want no
I'm
old
just I'm just
Kawhi.
saying I'm just saying that type of a wing type of player. There's no one
Well,
out there like that.
the
That's a
one thing that I did hear now, and you always say to me, "Oh, you need to stop reading." Well, I read a lot.
when did I say that?
You just said to me last week, "Stop reading so much."
That was a joke. Going.
Well, you said it.
Oh my goodness. I just told you
I
don't change your underwear too. You gonna change not
how
changing now?
yeah yeah that's it. They ain't coming off. Um, how about the possibility of Jabari Smith coming out of Houston because Houston don't want to pay him. Houston, I'm thinking
Only a
Houston.
second year. It's only a second year. Now for that guy with his long-term projectability, I would give up a couple first-round picks for that. Young, wingspan, offensive ability, and he's coachable. But I understand why Houston wanted to because they have so many players on Houston, you know, that they would have to pay ultimately. But and I feel that what's the sense that they have is really performing at a level that they need, where Jabari is playing more of a wing type of a position in a small man's four.
Yeah,
His body hasn't grown into it yet. I
no,
think you know, long term he will be. I would see that being a move for for
he looks
for
like
us.
he looks like a young Kevin Durant.
And Kevin Durant, his first, no, and Kevin Garnett.
I was thinking Durant. I wasn't thinking Garnett.
I was thinking Garnett.
Okay, but
hmm
now that you say it, and
hmm
I look back, yeah,
hmm hmm But
yeah,
he's still learning the game. He's still learning the game, and you know, you're gonna get that.
and he does play with his back to the basket more
hmm
than he does face it. You're right.
hmm
You're right. But that's
I was
another.
thinking, I was thinking of the other number two pick from Duke, Jabari Smith, who who flamed out. 2000, I think 8 draft. I think it was. That
Same
was
same guy with a similar name.
yeah.
Hmm. Where did dog go?
Yeah, he was 2015 draft. Yep, Jabari Parker. That's what his
Oh,
name. Mhm.
he's not in the league anymore.
No,
I don't know how these guys, come into the league. You know, I was listening to the Nick broadcast the other night, and the the commentator was joking around. He said, "You know what NBA stands for? Never broke again."
I
And I was like, and I said,
don't know what
"Yeah.
he's talking about.
Well, if you do it right, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, if you do it right, but
Yeah, but if
the
you were
generation before this didn't do it right. They got serious money and blew it. Mhm.
exactly,
These guys, they don't blow their money. Mhm.
uh, I'm thinking, I'm thinking that they're gonna do something between now and for what was when's the trade deadline? 15th,
February 8th.
8th. Um, I'm thinking so.
We got rid of your boy today,
Who's that?
Taj,
He always plays yo with him. I don't know why they do that.
because he can. He's from New York. Hey, he just got paid almost $500,000 just to sit on the bench for the Knicks. Come on now, for a month work.
He should just go ahead and just become a coach.
Yeah, that's what the articles I read, said about him too. That they may just bring him on as a coach.
Yeah, because him and Tibbs are
Hmm.
inseparable. You know,
Yeah, but he got the wave today to get away from being having to be guaranteed for the whole year. But
so what,
moving into next week, we got a very interesting schedule, my friend. 3 games. Um, one at home, two on the road. The first one at home against Portland. Now Portland, they played. Um, I think they played the Nets today, so they're gonna be in the city for till Tuesday. So they're gonna have a little fun, I guess. Maybe we can catch them. And they beat the Nets too. This is an underrated team. Chauncey's got them surprisingly playing better. So it's not a cakewalk. Keep
yeah,
that in
they beat Nets 134,
mind.
127.
Mhm. Then they go on the road 2 games against Dallas and Memphis. In those 3 games, I think we still come away 2-1. I would love to be a 3-0 scenario, but I'll be as happy with a 2-1 split.
They don't play that well against Dallas in Dallas. And again, I'm not being like you, when I think this because history says one thing. I don't believe that, but I do believe that Luca gets up for the Knicks.
In the Garden, yes.
So you don't think he does so at home?
No, Lucas plays that way every day at home, so I don't think
How about Mr. Irving?
if he plays, who knows? you know,
That's
if he plays.
yeah,
But
he does.
they've been playing very well. That team from Dallas. So I can't fuss about that. But right now they are 21-15, basically same record as we.
By the way,
So
your boy had 42 points tonight.
Bridges,
Nikhil, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Don't go there.
Wow, 42.
Yeah,
And that's if we can get him, right?
yeah. It's not. I doubt that Nets will make that happen.
You never
But
know.
yes, they can catch a fool one time. But that Memphis game, I think is going to be an interesting game against Memphis in Memphis. It's going to be they're still a hard team to beat on at home. So, but I would love to see if they can push this winning streak to 7. You know, and see where we land. But let's just see how it play out. You know,
I think that's pushing it, bro.
2-1. or 3-0?
Um, I'm gonna say 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
I think we lose to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I think we lose to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
We should beat Portland.
Well, we'll get an opportunity to see how OG lines up against someone his size. That he will be on him in the fourth quarter. If the game is close, that's what will happen. So
Did you notice the Philly game?
he was on Embiid, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But at the beginning though, he was on Maxi.
Mm-hmm. Because
This
he has the ability to get to 1 through 4. He has that
that's
ability. He moves his
no,
feet very well.
that's 1 through 5
Yeah.
because the B
He
plays the
he
5.
but Embiid did that to himself because he was not in the post. He was on top of the key.
That is true.
So that's on Embiid.
if you if you that stupid with
Yeah.
somebody you 7'1" or 2, whatever you are, and this guy is 6'6", you
Mhm.
out jump shots.
Jump shots and have to maneuver to get to the basket from way out to the from top of the key. That's
Yeah,
on you, stupid.
you're right about that.
So I'm not saying he can go 1 through 5. If your 5 is going to be outside on the key, yeah, he can do that
Yeah,
because
we'll
that's
see.
just plain stupid right there.
Yeah,
But again, that's the NBA now. You know, they don't reemphasize one. That's a matchup situation where you need
yeah.
to take advantage of, and your coaches should be drilling that in your head, and then your teammates should be drilling that in your head. Get in the post and demolish this dude.
Well, that's because your point guard, like you said, McBride will
Mm-hmm.
sometimes defer to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Julius.
Mm-hmm.
I see Maxi deferring to
Mm-hmm.
Embiid a lot,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
a
they need to
lot.
flip. In a situation like that, they need to realize that matchup situation. Get your behind in the post and demolish that dude. He's a 6'6" dude.
House in the house, baby.
Oh my goodness, that's barbecue chicken, man. Come on. I was watching this. It was weird. I was watching this um prospect, Asian dude from China. This dude had low post moves that I would not expect to see from someone from China. I mean, I know Yao Ming had
Yeah,
post move, but he was 7'5". All he
yeah.
had to do was move the 1-2 move, and he was there. This dude was doing up and unders. He was doing hooks. I'm like, how is this? He was 7'1" with some beef on him. I'm like, how in the world? Phenomenal. I'm not sure what if he's draft eligible this year or not, but I was just watching his moves. I'm like, and it was fluid. It wasn't like it was robotic. It was fluid moves. I was like, man, he was coached very well to have that
The
to have that
the
ability to be able to do that.
the 7 footers nowadays are nothing like they were like when Will Chamberlain came
Mm-hmm.
along,
Mm-hmm.
or Kareem was a little different. He was more
Mm-hmm.
athletic than Wilt.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the guys back then, Mikan,
But not even just that. But not even just that. But just they having the footwork to be able to do that. That's
they
Hakeem. That's
it,
Hakeem
it,
level. That's Hakeem level.
it's very unusual to see back then.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, look at the kid in San Antonio.
He wants to be on a wing. He's a waste to me.
But he does have ability though.
He's a great ability, yeah, but it's a waste to me.
Why do you say that?
I don't need you on the wing. I'm sorry. I don't need you on the key. I don't
Oh,
need a
I got you.
seven.
I
I
got
don't need
you.
a 7'2" guy on the key. I'm sorry. I don't.
No, well, he's 7'5" or
Whatever he is, I don't need that
7'4",
top of the
but
key.
he weighs about 3 pounds. That's why he's
Hmm.
not. That's why he's not down there.
So, but
So,
you don't need the weight. That's a sky hook right there. Boom. You
but
get.
that's why Kareem developed the sky hook
Hmm.
because he was going up against guys like Willis Reed.
Beef eaters. Yeah, beef
You
eaters.
know,
Yeah, yeah.
Willis Reed. You had the guy from Boston who just died
Hmm.
recently.
Hmm. Russell. No, no, not
Yeah,
Russell.
Russell. It was Russell.
It's the end of Russell's career. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then of course, you had all the other. These guys were solid. The guys
Hmm.
down, guys. Even the
Will was still playing at that time.
yeah,
Hmm.
even some of the power forwards,
Hmm.
those are strong dudes.
Yeah, Marcus Lucas was strong. Whoa.
Exactly. Exactly.
Trunk Robinson was strong.
Yeah. So Kareem was like, you ain't gonna be hitting me.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what. Who's gonna stop that move? I'm like, come on. I'm like, that's in the post. Boom, you right there. Sorry. It's
It's
just.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Mhm.
But they play him at they started playing him at the 4, now they're playing him at the 5.
Mhm.
But still he needs to but he needs to bulk up though.
Mhm. That's gonna happen when he gets older. But he's 19 years old. He's not gonna put no weight on. He can't keep the weight on. So you
It
know.
just he can't keep the weight on, and Fat Boy in,
Hmm.
in New Orleans can't keep it off.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm just totally disappointed in that dude.
Oh,
So disappointing.
oh my goodness. He just
Hey, see, you got me talking about other persons outside of the Knicks. You know that, right?
it don't kill us. It don't kill us. We'll be all right. There's other people on earth other than a Nick.
Well, I don't know them.
All right, so I'm saying 2-1, hopefully 3-0.
Hmm.
But I'm saying 2-1. I think Dallas may get us. I think Dallas may get us. But I do agree with you though
Hmm.
that this is really a good test, because one thing you got to give Luka credit for,
Hmm.
that boy can score.
He can score. He can definitely score. He don't play
So
a lick of D,
no,
and
he
that's
don't play
sad.
no D.
So sad because he doesn't take on the challenge of guarding the
No,
offensive number one
never.
itself. So versus the flip, so he has all the energies to play offensive game, but he has doesn't give anything on defense. You know,
No. By the way, hey, just a quick question, just on another team. Um, two questions. Do you think the suspension for for
Draymond,
for the idiot was long enough?
12 games, no.
I agree with you.
Hmm.
I think it should have been 50 games.
Well, I was going 25, but you doubled that. Wow,
And wasn't that a quite impressive shot that Joker put up the other night?
impressive. No,
I
game was
thought it was
tied.
impressive.
Game was
Yeah,
tied. You throw it up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no, but I gotta give him
It's
credit.
it's a it's a it's a win-win situation.
I understand he couldn't miss. I mean, you can't lose. I understand that, but I thought it was quite impressive that he actually shot it and didn't throw it.
Mm,
I gotta give him credit. I gotta give him credit where
okay.
credit is due. You don't like to give
Okay.
people credit.
Yeah.
Let's now if Brunson had done that, you want to put a statue for him in front of on 34th Street.
No.
But yes,
No.
you
Only statue comes when they get a championship. Sorry, buddy. Nobody get a statue until it happens. You get a statue for this team. I mean, you get a championship for this team. You get the statue immediately.
but I
The next day, your statue is up.
don't be surprised though if you see them make a move and there's one other guy we didn't mention that I really think they may be interested in. I don't particularly care for him. I know you don't like him. The kid in Washington, the
Oh, no.
what's his name? But he's being LA. I forgot his name now, and you're not gonna say it. So,
Hmm.
but I they're talking about that as well.
Yeah, that's a joke right there. He's a joke.
Well,
Kuzma.
Kuzma. Now he's a 6'7".
He's a 6'9" joke. I know.
He's 6'9". I thought he was six
Yeah, he's
seven.
6'9". He's 6'9".
That might be something that we could use
Yeah, but where's he gonna play?
going up against Boston.
Like, where's he gonna play? So we got OG. We're not putting OG at the 2 for him to come to be the 3. Randall's gonna be at the 4, and we still be keeping Mitchell Hartenstein at the 5. Where's he gonna play?
Yeah, and I
That's
bet
that's the that's the key there. We have our 5, 4, and a 3 accounted for. We have our 1 accounted for.
we need
Our
a two.
2, our 2 is up in the air.
Although Dante's been playing well though.
He's been playing well, but Dante historically has been a bench player.
Yes,
historically. So
but again, I hate that word historically. I just hate that word.
listen. I'm just saying we don't know his effectiveness as a starter long term. That's the difference. We know his effectiveness as coming in as a bench player, going up against other bench players, but as a starter for a duration of a season, we don't know that. So that's the unknown situation. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Historically, he's been bench against bench, not starter against starter for the whole season.
All right. So
So
then, so we need to upgrade at the two.
that's the piece I'm uncertain about. Who's going to be that tool that's going to be able to come in and take Dante's spot? That's really what's warranted. You
Murray.
know, I don't see Murray. I just don't see Murray as being the right fit for that. And we talk about Donovan. I don't really see Donovan as the fit neither.
I don't like Dunn because he's too small.
That's my point. So you're not getting bigger by making those any of those moves.
Well, yeah, with Murray, you do. Murray's 6'6".
No, he's not. He's nowhere
Six
near that.
five, six
No, he's
five.
not.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I think he's 6'5".
He's really. I don't. I thought he was 6'3".
What does it say?
They say he's 6'5". Really? I thought he was 6'3".
Never doubt my mind, my brother.
I doubt it all the time.
Go ahead, say something. Say something that you shouldn't say. Then I will repeat it in a couple of weeks.
He's 6'5". No.
Yeah, yeah.
Guess what his nickname is?
I don't know what's his nickname.
Baby boy.
That's my son. Baby boy. Don't be surprised if they pull it off.
Here's my another concern. Well, not necessarily. I'll say this: his contract is not that difficult to acquire. You know, when you look at his salary, in comparison to all the others, it's not that bad. It's actually doable. He's gonna after this year, he's gonna be
I actually now this is what I read. I read that his contract and the French boy's contract are comparable.
this year, yes.
And well,
Next
that's all
year,
that matters.
yeah. Next year it wouldn't be. So would have to be done this year. The thing
Right.
about that is Atlanta gets off having to pay that $100 million.
Right. Which is
So
what they want to do.
so here's my question: why would we have to give up a first round pick when we taking you off $100 million? That's my beef right
Yeah,
there.
but you got enough first round picks not to have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You
It would
remember?
have to be. It would have to be. I don't want to give up our first round pick ever.
So
No.
give up the Bucks.
Give up the Bucks and Dallas pick this year and next year. I can see that.
I wouldn't
So
give up the Dallas pick, but I'll give up the Bucks pick because it's not going to be a high pick.
mm-hmm,
Of course, now they may not want the Bucks pick,
mm-hmm.
but I'm definitely giving up Detroit's pick.
Detroit's pick not going to come either the Wizards or the Detroit pick not going to come till 2027.
227, I know.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, it's coming.
I didn't know he was 6'5". That changes my whole argument. I thought he was shorter.
No. Yeah. Uh-oh. You
I,
mean
I'm, I'm
you mean
leaning.
you
I'm
mean Big
leaning
Daddy? You mean Big Daddy might be right?
only because he's taller than what I thought.
And he is a good defender.
He's a great defender. Oh my goodness, he's a great defender.
All right, we'll see.
We'll see. That changes everything. I didn't think he was that tall.
He definitely took because now Dante is about 6'2".
Donte's like 6'3". He's nowhere near that 6'5" they list him as. So.
No. He's about 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
He's really short.
But again, that puts him back to the bench where he's more effective at Dante.
No, I'm talking about Dante Mitchell. I mean Donovan Mitchell. I'm sorry.
Donovan, yeah. Dante's Donovan's 6'2".
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy wingspan, but he's 6'2".
Yeah.
But short, still short. You don't, you
Yeah.
can't see overdue.
Yeah, you don't need to have him and Brunson together
Hmm.
unless he's willing to come off the bench.
So now here's the challenge. If the Knicks make this move for Murray, which I'm now, you know, pivoting. I didn't know he was that tall. I didn't. If he's really a legit 6'5", I can see that. That means that they go for him. They probably can get him. Whatever picks they got to give up, I can understand that. But I think at that stage, Miami will go for Donovan. I'm
He
not
doesn't
saying that's. I'm not
he
saying
doesn't
that that's a. But
he
I'm
don't
that's.
scare me at all, man. Look, we destroyed him in Cleveland last year, like they were barbecue chicken.
Yeah, I'm not dismissing that. There's,
You know.
you know,
Now being if he goes to Miami, which in my opinion, so what? You know, I'm thinking that they doing everything they can because in my opinion, they are they setting themselves up to play in Miami
hmm hmm
and possibly the Pistons
hmm
in the playoffs. They are trying to get better defensively at the 2 and the 3. Already that way at the 3. And think about this. Then they have guys who come off the bench who can play the 2, 3, or 4, like
hmm
Hart.
hmm
Great defender, 2, the 3, or the 4.
hmm
Then you have another defender coming off the bench, McBride. He can play the 2. I mean the 1 or the 2, usually the 1,
hmm
right? Of course, Mitchell was hurt, but Mitchell is a great defender. Hartenstein has been playing
Tremendous.
tremendous defense. It seemed like his game has completely changed
Hmm
from when he first came on the squad.
hmm
I'm hoping that they re-sign him. I really do.
This, here's a thought that came to me in the shower. Here's a not, no craziness, but
TMI. But go ahead.
listen, no, because I listened to Nick
I don't
podcast.
need. I don't
I
need to
listened
know
to
what
Nick.
you do in the shower. That's none of my business.
I listened to Nick podcast
That's none of my
while I'm,
business.
you know,
Nah.
and here's a trade that I came up with because I'm mulling over in my head how would a Murray trade work? Yes, it's Fournier, yes, but I also think it's McBride too, especially since he got an extension. Because right now Atlanta doesn't have a backup point guard. Right now, their backup point guard is Murray.
Murray.
Hmm And this will put Trey back in his original position where he can just be Trey and still do the dish and everything else. I think that's the type of Fournier slash Murray, slash McBride, and 2 first round picks, not non-Nick first round picks, those Dallas, Milwaukee, and maybe one of the Detroit, Washington picks
All
going back to
three?
Atlanta.
3 picks?
I can see that. I can see that.
That's too much.
I agree, but I can see them doing that.
That's too much.
Two is enough for me. Those two, Milwaukee and the Dallas pick.
I would do that, but you're not
Because they
getting
gave
three.
up they gave up 3 picks for him. What they getting back is 2 picks and cap flexibility.
Yeah,
Hmm
and that cap flexibility
Takes him
is
out of the
very
tax
valuable.
too.
Very valuable.
Takes him out of the cap.
Yeah,
Hmm
because now that gives them money what they can save to pay for Trey.
hmm But that's what came to me when I was getting ready this morning.
I think that's a little bit too much, but
2 picks too much?
3 is too much.
3 is too much, yes, but I can see the 3 happening. But I can definitely see 2 being the maximum number of picks right
But
now.
I tell you this much: if they get a player like Murray, and if they can pull it off without getting rid of McBride, and you only
Yeah,
got to give,
that Malachi Flynn is the other point guard. I'm not sure if the Atlanta will go for that.
hey, if you can get it off without giving up McBride,
I would love that. Yes.
If you can give up Flynn, or if you can give up Grimes and 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 Fournier and 2 picks,
Mm-hmm.
and to get Murray, that puts you, in my mind,
Fighting
better
chance
than
against Boston. Fighting chance against Boston.
the Hawks and Philly. Because right
Hawks,
now,
Bucks, you mean?
the Bucks, yeah, the Bucks and Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I think they just a notch better than the Knicks. Not Philly so much, and I'm not going on that
Mm-hmm.
36 and
No.
win.
Mm-mm.
That,
Because Philly beat them early in the year.
yeah, that happens. Philly had a bad game,
Mm-hmm.
but I just think that Philly might be just a notch better than the Knicks right now, only because of a Maxi speed.
Mm-hmm.
But um, what I think, if you get a player like Murray, that may put you over the hump,
Mm-hmm.
and
I would
and
agree.
and put you where you are challenging Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least you can hold your head up and say, "Hey, we just as good as you are. Let's go."
Mm-hmm.
Because the one thing that the Knicks have that all these other teams that's below them don't have, and even the Bucks don't have it. Philly has it a little bit, though you didn't see it the other night,
No.
but they don't play
Philly
any
don't have a bench. Period.
they don't play any defense.
Mm-hmm.
But the Knicks play D,
Mm-hmm.
and Boston plays D too.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give Boston credit. Now I know you don't like Brown, but boy's been playing.
Oh,
He's been playing though.
330 million, please.
But
They got caught. They got caught.
yeah, but hey, he's playing.
They got caught. 330 million, somebody can't go left. Man, I need to have that in my life.
Hey,
Mhm.
he
But
may not be able to go left, but his going right is pretty good.
it's going right. It's worth 330 million. But that's my story, and I'm sticking with it, big baby.
All right, man.
All right, now next week, catch you.
Okay, buddy.
All righty.
We'll go get him.
Mm-hmm. Signing off.